It's been quite a week. Special counsel Robert Mueller moved to impanel a grand jury in the Trump campaign Russia's investigation. Anthony Scaramucci announced his resignation after just 10 days as White House communications director. We learned more about President Donald Trump's new chief of staff, John Kelly. And Trump is once again threatening to explode Obamacare. Through HuffPost's chatbot on Messenger, which features top headlines curated by editor-in-chief Lydia Polgreen, we asked you to send in your thoughts about these stories. Below is some of the feedback we've received. If you'd like to weigh in on the latest news, chat us on Messenger. The quotes below have been lightly edited and condensed for clarity. Alex Wong via Getty Images. Special counsel Robert Mueller leaves after a closed meeting with members of the Senate Judiciary Committee June 21, 2017 at the Capitol in Washington, D.C. I honestly want to know how Trump isn't impeached yet, and why security clearances haven't been stripped from members of his administration that are under investigation, and have lied and recused themselves. If this were a Democrat, Republicans would have set the White House on fire by now. Stephanie Letta Mueller is grasping at straws. Searching every commercial transaction Trump has ever done, fishing for something in his past is far beyond just a Russia probe. He is looking to overturn the election. Hillary and company have lots of evidence against them, yet you spend zero time on her. Sean Glazier. The Washington Post via Getty Images. Former White House communications director Anthony Scaramucci talks with reporters and members of the media outside the West Wing at the White House in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, July 25, 2017. The single best thing about this story is about the president. The president realized quickly that he made a mistake with Mooch, and acted immediately to correct it. That speaks very highly of the president. J. Dale Deborah. While I hate to say it, at some level he is right. We've seen a decline in the functionality of press briefings because the 24-hour news cycle has made politicians resistant to making off-the-cuff remarks. The only thing that makes Scaramucci any different than other Republicans is that most Republicans only use obscene language behind closed doors. Alex Roeder. The Washington Post via Getty Images. New White House Chief of Staff John Kelly and President Donald Trump shake hands after being privately sworn in during a ceremony in the Oval Office of the White House in Washington, D.C., on Monday, July 31, 2017. I don't think he is going to take this month's temper tantrums, especially if he doesn't follow or agree with his decisions. Trump likes to complain about everything, from Congress not being on board with his healthcare plan to the immigration ban, which we all know is unconstitutional. If Kelly doesn't like what Trump is proposing, there's going to be more controversy than there already is. Lester Hall. Generals are commanders and their job is not to decide what those orders should be, except to those he commands. Just like any other soldier. Alden Sewell. Why should he change the president's views? He was selected because they share views. But he is not a pushover. If he disagreed with Trump, I am sure Trump would hear about it. Becky Ahern. I served with General Kelly in the Army. I found him to be a fine, level-headed, honest commander. His administrative skills are second to none. He can mold Trump's staff into an effective force. All Trump has to do is shut up. James Scott. D.K. Fielding via Getty Images. Low-angled view of the U.S. Capitol East facade front in Washington, D.C. The health insurance market has already been exploded by Obamacare. The damage is likely fatal, which will cause its implosion, requiring the government to step in, which was the goal all along. Steve Pendleton. I am currently having to forego health insurance due to the fact that even on the ACA exchange the least expensive plan would cost between $600,000 and $700 a month. My income is only $1,100 a month. To have insurance means I would have to live in my car because I would not be able to afford rent, utilities and car insurance. Teresa Roden. Do you have information you want to share with HuffPost? Here's how. Christine Roberts. Senior Editor, HuffPost. Abigail Williams. Associate Editor, News Emerging Platforms, HuffPost.